As we get set to commence this second half, the NAB AFL Academy kicking to the city end. Sullivan up, won it down. Cockatoo now on the ball. Really slick hands, then fumbled. Chance just really burrowing through there for Jones. He was wrapped up though. Good tackle. And Dunkley was the tackler on that occasion. So ball thrown up. The MCG slowly but surely starting to fill up. As it bounces around like a pinball. Dunkley at the back. His kick ricocheted off the shin of an opponent. Chance for Hislop. Really clean hands below his knees. Good evasive work by Cockatoo. Turned onto his left. High ball towards the tip of the goal square. And a fantastic mark in the end taken by Howard.
Good start again by the Allies. I thought Hislop's work in there was very good. Very, very good. Kept his eye on the ball. Was buffeted around a little bit, but still managed to be able to get their clean hands out of the stoppage, and that's where they've been beating the younger team at this stage, just around that clearance work.
Shouldn't make a mistake from here. An opportunity to become the first multiple goal scorer on the ground. He's played in the ruck and up forward. Howard from point blank range makes no mistake. Once again, just the delivery to the isolated one-on-one proving difficult to counter. Terry?
Yeah, no doubt. Look, the bigger bodies up forward for the Allies, that's created the difference in, I suppose, the scoring at this stage of the game. Not that much difference in general play. Maybe a couple of little clearances with the bigger bodies of the Allies boys, but not much between it. But when it goes forward, they have got those definite targets that at the moment the Academy boys are finding it difficult to stop.
So once again we resume in the centre, and all the work for the Academy boys to do. Matheson's been good, almost threw it on that occasion. Keys came through solidly, couldn't get a clean, effective disposal away. As the ball's locked in amongst 5 or so players, and a high free kick. It'll be Matheson, the Geelong Falcon, who picks himself up.
Oh, he's been involved in 2 actions there. That was good play by Matheson.
He'll send the ball forward. And a really good mark by Jackson. He played for Queensland, Kevin, in the NAB Under-18 Championships. Dashing half-back type.
Ooh,
as the Allies a little bit casual. Chance now. AFL Academy. Ballick's been bright since entering the fray, and his snap is good. That's one way to make them pay. He has 2.
Classy stuff from Ballick, wasn't it? We've noted that playing for the Sandringham Dragons this year, his ability to win that ball and turn his opponents inside out's been super impressive. You see the mark there from Jackson. That's a great grab. But then there's the turnover. Ballick swoops and a terrific goal. Just the steadier that Brad Johnson would be after at this stage.
Well, again, defensive pressure, and it's something that really doesn't go unnoticed, particularly that one. I mean, you kick a goal on the end of it, but that defensive pressure is what the recruiters are looking for.
And we'll talk in a moment about Reese Matheson, the boy from the Geelong Falcons, won a medal named in your honour. Here's Cockatoo.
Oh.
He'll waltz to 50, unguarded goal square. They get back in the end, the big men. And he's just tugged it left, but what an excitement machine. Nakia Cockatoo.
Well, we've been waiting for it. We said he'd been injured for the year, and he's been waiting for this opportunity too. He's got a great demeanour about him, Nakia Cockatoo. He's been at every camp over the last 12 months, injured. At times he's had the moonbird on, at times it's even been crutches, a second operation. It just hasn't quite gone for him, but he's been waiting for today, and he's really shown his great ability in this first couple of quarters.
And now full of running. Partington pushed as he got rid of it. Heaney met it cleanly. At half-back, Weller laid off the hands. The running man there was Dawson, who delivered up forward. Chance for Davis if he can get a grip on the footy. Eventually does. Good tackle there. Umpire let play go. And the ball out of play. Francis there, the tackler. Kevin?
Yeah, well, back to Cockatoo. So the Northern Territory Thunder, which he'll play for from time to time, they play in the Northeast AFL. So the representative side of the whole of the NT compete in the same competition as the Sydney Swans Northeast AFL side, or reserves if you like. That's the new pathway in recent years for the best young players from the NT. They'll play through their 18s. Some will get drafted from there. For the others, they'll push through in their 19th, 20th, 21st year to play Northeast AFL footy and give themselves an AFL opportunity from that spot.
He's well up. Worked his way into the game well. Tumbles it up towards left half forward. Wiedering did well against Davis. Risky handball. Francis made it look good. In the end, they get out of jail. O'Kearney once again cuts inside. We've got men on the open side, one of whom is Crocker. Waltzes forward, delivers inside 50. Kick not his best in the Clark direction, though he might get another opportunity. Eventually squeezed out the back. Eads with the left foot snap. Misses to the near side.
I just like Wiedering's last couple of efforts. I thought his defensive work, tackle pressure was very, very good the time before, and sort of set them up on the rebound that time.
I like his potential as well, Terry. Seen him play on the wing for the Dandenong Stingrays quite often this year. A boy of 193 centimetres. He can play either end of the ground. He's shown that ability through the midfield, and yes, one to really follow for the 2015 season.
Good diving mark there by Steele. And kicked down the line, ball punch clear and out of play. Want to come back, Kevin, to Reece Matheson. Won the medal named after you. Division 1 of the Under-16 Championships last year. Prolific in and under type.
Yeah, then he, as a 17-year-old, backed it up in the Under-18s this year with all Australian honours. There's only the handful of boys do that in their bottom age year. So contested ball winner on the inside, can get it on the outside as well. Will lay the tackles. He's a star at that stuff, and he's been a solid player again today. He's had the 10 disposals to date.
Allies were away, although Austin took a while to gather the footy, sent it down towards Davis. Could have just about been held. Once again, though, Plout, you've been all over Wiedering. Really good body-on-body stuff.
Good closing speed, too.
And O'Kearney, the one-step kick into Dunkley. And now Stewart looks to kick a raking ball towards that southern side. Did really well. Open forward line. Heaney now sent down back. Race on between he and Archie. Desperate stuff by Isaac Heaney. Rushes the behind.
I think Heaney knew that Archie probably had the quicker pace on that occasion, so needed to have the desperation and did it very, very well.
So still an arm wrestle. 14-point lead to the Allies, but they're coming the AFL Academy. Although danger signs at the moment. Jones had possession, kicked towards Steele, picks himself up. Davis could have gone for that mark and instead left it for Ubergang. Good name that. Kicked inside 50. Howard on the lead. Has to accept on the bounce, like the handball off to McGuinness one way, then another. Tried to exchange there with Howard. In the end, they've coughed it up. A chance for the AFL Academy boys to repel, although Clark's kick was hurried. Interesting option. Ball on the deck. Davis went through solidly. Well done by a host of Academy boys. Ends in the end with Cole. Had to duck his head. They worked it out well. Parsons, look out. Umpire's called play on. They build now. Chance for McDonald. His kick not great.
I thought Callum Mills was very good in all that work. Shifter.
I think he's going to be a fantastic player, Callum Mills. One of the joint captains today. Another boy that made All-Australian as a bottom ager. Some of his form in the North East AFL with the Sydney Swans reserves was outstanding this year. He averaged 30 possessions at that level of footy. And in the games where the Rams played in the TAC Cup down here in Victoria, had similarly outstanding performances, 40 possessions in one game. Does all the hard things as well as an inside midfielder. Got all the tricks, can jump on their shoulders as well, and has got leadership to boot.
Good spoil by Francis as we see some keen onlookers. Decent enough crowd in attendance early on grand final day. Why wouldn't you come in and soak up everything that the day has to offer? Parsons, reasonable handball over the top to the running Stewart. He just couldn't get a clean take. All locked in. Attacking side of centre there for the Allies, and we'll see it tossed up.
The boys from up Queensland will be a little bit more used to this weather than perhaps some of the Melbourne guys would be. It's a fairly warm morning.
And that it is, Terry. Heading towards a top of 24 degrees. Picture perfect Melbourne spring day. As the Allies work it forward to Jones. And they've got the overlap if they wanted to use it on that far side. Instead they look to stop. They prop. They deliver to Hislop. He kicks out wide. And really too easy in the end. Just managing to pick their way through the Academy's defence, and Cockatoo worked hard to get on the end of this. Mark on the paint of 50. We've spoken a lot about him. Decent size, kicks laterally. Jones inside 50. Howard didn't have to break stride, and as a full forward, I reckon that's how you like him, Terry.
Yeah, very much so. It's a beautiful kick. I mean, it's just really almost a one-step kick. They worked it well, just sort of worked it around the outside of the 50-metre arc first up, and then it was Jones who just found that target sort of coming forward, was able to kick a beautiful little chip kick in. But look, it is these bigger bodies again. We're talking about sometimes 12 months, sometimes 18 months difference between the Academy defenders and the Allies forwards.
So Dougal Howard for his third, directly in front. Will kick from 40 to 45. It spins really well off the boot. He's got 3, and the Allies with a really handy break.
As you mentioned there, the setup from Tim Jones was excellent. He's had a great year too, this boy from Tassie. Won the MVP for Tassie in the National 18s. Prolific ball winner. 31 disposals he averaged in that championship, and his inside work was fantastic through those 3 matches, and it's continued here today. He's had it 12 times already. Yeah.
So all the work with the AFL Academy boys to do. O'Kearney's moved into the centre circle. Matheson there for company. Sullivan won it down, although he was off balance. Cockatoo tried to burst his way through. Got a handball forward. Sullivan followed up. Did really well. Good tenacious stuff by the Academy boys. Ends with Cole. He kicks well from McDonald. Just a well-weighted ball. And he sits it up. Keys has to stand tall. Good pressure applied by Foot. Won it back for the Allies. Chance for the running steal. Over the top now. Weller will fancy his chances from 45. Pulls the trigger and goals. Perhaps a taste of things to come over the next 10 years for this young man, Lockie Weller. And we've only seen glimpses perhaps, but that's all you need to see, gentlemen.
Well, and good news for the recruiters here is that he's in the open draft. Although he's from Queensland, has only been there for a couple of years. He followed Mav up, his brother up with the family, up to the Gold Coast. Mav, of course, now back at St Kilda this year. But Lockie has stayed up there, represented Queensland this year, and he is in the open draft. So not part of that bidding process, and I see him as a top 20 choice.
He's going to be a player.
Just his speed and his use for the ball is elite.
Oh, he's going to be a player, no doubt.
Terry Wallace, before him Kevin Shee and Tristan Fernandez, my name. We hope you're enjoying coverage of this curtain raiser. Live and exclusive on afl.com.au. If you don't have a ticket, it's the only way you can see this game. As the Allies win it out of the centre, here he is on cue. Just tumbles it backwards. Foot had space, retreats by hand to Steele, who looks up ahead, kicks inside 50. It went over the head of Austin, who's pushed forward. Now a chance for Cole. Bendigo boy just tumbles it round the corner. In the end, not a bad kick. Assessed things quite well under pressure. The ball off hands out of play.
Steele's done some good work as well. I mean, he was involved in getting the ball down in the first place out of the middle of the ground, and then followed up his work on the secondary occasion. So done some good work as well.
So ball tossed in. Andrews now in the ruck for the Allies. And some people at home, Kev, might be wondering how the Academy squads are selected. If you could just shed some light on that process.
Yeah, so we have, it's now known as the NAB AFL Academy. They pick 2 squads a year, 25 players picked out of the AFL Under-16 Championships, and 35 players picked in their 17th year. They may well have played National 18s as bottom ages, or they might have been playing in state leagues around Australia. And they will have their around 40 days together in a camps-based program under the direction of Brad Johnson, the head coach.
As the Academy boys work their way through that pressure situation quite well. Ends in the end pass and centre half forward. Kicks inside 50. Argus has been lively. Got around his opponent. Turned onto his left. Deserves a goal but missed.
Nice play. I would have still liked to see him give the hand pass.
I think he had options streaming forward as well, Terry.
Yeah, well, you've got to make a decision, and at least he made a positive decision. But I think that your coaches want to just see that first initial instinct stuff.
It's a game high. Well, it was a game high 26 points, but at the moment the NAB AFL Academy boys 5 goals in arrears if they are to hit the front. So An uphill battle, but we know they've got the fitness base, they're lean bodies, and they'll be full of running in the final term as Mattingly going to ground was taken high. Fed it backwards, a little bit untidy. Heaney at right half back, shares with Mattingly. Had a leading option on that southern stand wing, elected not to use it, although they do so now. Just about came too late, but Hislop did well. Gained possession of the footy, got rid of it just in the nick of time, delivered forward towards Ubergang. Fisted clear from him. Chance for Coughlin, who met it solidly. Has got an unkind bounce, whistle on play, free kick, and advantage to the AFL Academy. Partington streams forward. AFL logo, pumps it long. He'll need a high flyer. No mark taken. Ground level, Davis has pushed back. He'll be content to see this to the boundary, you'd think. And in the end, did it quite well. Disguised it. And the ball taken out of play 45 metres out from the Academy's attacking goal.
Tristan, I just want to go back to that work with Kieran Agus. As a coach, what you'd be sort of saying is we want to see you taking the game on. That's it. You know, we want you to play with your natural presence. But probably at AFL level, you're not going to be able to turn around, do a U-turn and step through traffic once you get to AFL level. So you have to be doing the predictable things as well. So it's a balance between both. Certainly want you to take the game on, but predictability to your teammates would be the message you're trying to get through.
4 minutes left in this third term. Academy boys in desperate need of a goal, as you can see on your screens. 25-point lead to the Allies.
4 goals, 8 never helps, Tristan.
It doesn't. They've squandered a few gettable opportunities too. Here's a chance. Clark, one way, then another. They need a mark. Almost got one too. Argus perhaps could have done better there. Heaney did well. Burrowed through. Now Jackson. Spearing ball found the big man Davis. He'll be content just to slow things down as they work it across the face of their defensive 50. It was Watts off to Dawson. They spread it wider now. Hislop assessed things well and kicked with a nicely weighted chipping ball towards foot. He steers it down the boundary line. Howard had a couple to beat. Perhaps not the best option. And the Academy, one last roll of the dice. 3 minutes counting. Keys laid it off. They push forward. Shackey, the big man, made to work. Did well in the end. McDonald now looks up ahead. Good kick too. Johnson stretching, just couldn't quite rake it in. And in the end, an opportunity gone begging.
Caleb Hislop is now up to 18 possessions, so he's the game high for his team.
Medium midfielder from Tassie, Caleb Hislop. Brother of Tom, if you think the name's familiar. Tom played with Richmond and Essendon. As Clark through a tight passage, spins it towards the hot spot. No mark taken. McDonald will be there to trap this first, you'd think, although Foot attacked it strongly. Did really well, lost his footing but kept a cool head. Here's Hislop once again, and a good kick too to the leading player McGuinness. No mark taken. And the NAB AFL Academy boys get out of jail, although they put themselves back under pressure. Steele just burst through traffic at speed. His kick needed to be pinpoint inside 50. No mark taken. We've got 2 minutes left in this third term. Chance for Andrews. Walks inside 50. The big man does the discipline thing. Tries to square it up. No mark taken. Good contest. In the end, it was Jeffs who's hurt himself. Keep an eye on him, boys. But it's real end-to-end stuff. The game's opened up well and truly. Ball bounces towards Wiedemann, the big man, familiar name, grandson of Murray on that outer side. As trainers descend on Liam Jeffs back inside defensive 50.
Yeah, Murray Wiedemann, who come here as a teenager, first time onto the MCG ever, was in grand final day, Shifter.
As a 17-year-old, and
yes.
young Sammy's grandson,
First
Mark,
time he's played here as well.
It is, and Mark, of course, played at Fitzroy, his father. And Sam Wiedemann, one of a number of boys out here in the academy that haven't played state-level footy. So this would be the highest intensity game they've played in. So it's a taste of what's coming ahead for them in their 18th year.
And a big step up too, as Jones worked his way through space well. Nice blind turn there by Foot. Wins possession back. 40 seconds left for either side to score. Showed once again he's got good evasive skills, Terry.
Yeah, no, he's been impressive this quarter.
Kick was good too, up towards McGuinness. So highly unlikely the academy boys would have a chance to score. Lax marking means Jones worked forward. Runs onto the end of it. That's not his best kick. Nice trap there by Hamilman. Off now to Hislop towards the hot spot and Wiedering the saving mark.
Talk about good third quarter. Wiedering's had exactly that. He saved them on many occasions.
Boy from the Dandenong Stingrays. And he'll kick long. The siren will sound. And we'll strap ourselves in for a big final quarter. At three-quarter time, it's the Allies in control, 9-3-57, leading the